Have you ever pondered about the permanence and impermanence of life? This question has challenged many a mind, even the great warrior Arjuna on the bloody battlefield of Kurukshetra, his heart heavy with conflict, torn between the love for his family and his duty as a warrior. This, my dear listeners, is where the Bhagavad Gita, the holy scripture of the Hindus, steps in, offering profound wisdom and insights into this very dilemma. The Bhagavad Gita, often referred to as the Manual for Life, is a dialogue between Prince Arjuna and Lord Krishna, who serves as his charioteer. In the middle of the battlefield, Arjuna is counseled by Krishna, who reveals profound spiritual teachings, among them the philosophy of Saṅkhya Yoga. Saṅkhya Yoga, in its essence, is a philosophical understanding of two distinct realities, the eternal soul, or Atma, and the transient body. According to this philosophy, the Atma, the true self, is eternal, unchanging and untouched by the physical world. It is the observer, the silent witness to all that transpires in the physical realm. The body, on the other hand, is transient, perishable, and subject to change. This understanding forms the bedrock of the teaching that Krishna imparts to Arjuna. He tells Arjuna that his fear and sorrow are rooted in his attachment to the physical world, to the transient bodies of his relatives. He reminds Arjuna that the true self, the Atma, can neither be slain nor can it slay, for it is eternal, beyond birth and death. In essence, Saṅkhya Yoga teaches us to discern the eternal from the transient, the soul from the body. It encourages us to recognize the impermanence of the physical world and to anchor ourselves in the eternal reality of the Atma. So, how does the Bhagavad Gita guide Arjuna and us through this existential quandary? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita in the following segments. We'll explore the doctrine of Saṅkhya Yoga, the path to detachment, and how to embrace this ancient wisdom in our everyday lives. Enter Saṅkhya Yoga, a profound philosophy that can illuminate the path for us. At the heart of this doctrine lies a fascinating exploration of the eternal soul, the transient body, and the nature of reality. Saṅkhya Yoga teaches us about the dualistic nature of existence, distinguishing between the physical body, which is temporary, and the soul, which is eternal. It's a philosophy that pushes us to understand our true self, our Atman, beyond the material world that surrounds us. The body, it tells us, is merely a vessel, an instrument for the soul to engage with the world. But the soul itself is unchanging, eternal, and divine. This leads us to the Saṅkhya Yoga's understanding of reality. It proposes a reality beyond the material world, a reality that is eternal and unchanging, just like the soul. It's a realm of pure consciousness, untouched by the imperfections and transience of the physical world. This reality, Saṅkhya Yoga suggests, is the ultimate truth, the ultimate destination of the soul. But how do we reach this ultimate destination? How do we realize this ultimate truth? Saṅkhya Yoga provides an answer through detachment from material desires. By recognizing the transient nature of the physical world and our material possessions, we can learn to detach from them. We can learn to focus not on what we have or what we want, but on who we truly are, eternal souls on a journey towards the ultimate reality. It's a journey that requires discipline, introspection, and spiritual growth. Through practices like meditation and mindfulness, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. We can learn to perceive the world not through the lens of our desires, but through the lens of our soul, our Atman. But what does it mean to detach from material desires, and how does this lead to spiritual growth? This question forms the core of the Saṅkhya Yoga philosophy, and it's a question we'll delve into deeper in the next segment. Stay tuned. Detachment from material desires, an intriguing concept, isn't it? The Bhagavad Gita, in its second chapter, dives deep into this concept under the teachings of Saṅkhya Yoga. Detachment, or vairagya as it is called in Sanskrit, is often misconstrued as becoming indifferent or avoiding worldly pleasures. But the essence of Saṅkhya Yoga proposes a rather different perspective. Detachment, in the context of Saṅkhya Yoga, does not suggest an absolute renunciation of actions or a retreat into an ascetic life. Instead, it encourages us to perform our duties, our dharma, without being attached to the results. It's about commitment to the action, not the fruits it may or may not yield. To put it simply, imagine you are an artist painting a picture. Detachment here would mean immersing yourself in the process of painting and not being overly concerned with how the final piece will be perceived. This idea of selfless action, or nishkama karma, is a cornerstone of Saṅkhya Yoga. It's about acting without a selfish motive, without the constant thought of what's in it for me. It's about doing the right thing simply because it is the right thing to do, not because of the rewards it might bring. This, of course, is easier said than done, as we humans are inherently driven by desires and ambitions, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But what Saṅkhya Yoga teaches us is that while having desires is natural, being enslaved by them is not. It's about finding a balance, about doing your duty and having desires, but not letting those desires dictate your actions. It's about maintaining an equilibrium between what you want and what you do. It's about understanding that success and failure are two sides of the same coin and treating them with the same equanimity. This path of detachment does not lead to inaction, but to a more fulfilling, peaceful, and harmonious way of living. So, the secret lies in balancing our duties and our desires, doesn't it? How can we incorporate the wisdom of Saṅkhya Yoga into our everyday lives? The answer to this question lies in understanding the art of detachment. This doesn't mean shunning the world or our responsibilities, but rather it's about performing actions without attachment to results. Imagine, for instance, you're a painter. You create art not for applause or criticism, but for the sheer joy of creation. This act of creation is in itself your reward. This, in essence, is the Saṅkhya Yoga way of life. By embracing this philosophy, we can free ourselves from the shackles of expectation and disappointment. We learn to live in the present, cherishing each moment as it unfolds. This approach can bring about profound inner peace and spiritual growth. Incorporating Saṅkhya Yoga into our lives might seem challenging at first, but with practice it becomes second nature. In the end, Saṅkhya Yoga teaches us to live fully, act selflessly, and find our true selves amid the chaos of life. We hope you enjoyed diving deep into Saṅkhya Yoga with us. This journey of understanding, embracing, and applying the principles of Saṅkhya Yoga is a rewarding one, and we're glad you're here with us. If you found this video informative and enlightening, please give it a thumbs up. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue creating content like this. We'd also love to hear your thoughts and interpretations of Saṅkhya Yoga. Has it impacted your life? How do you incorporate its principles into your daily routine? Leave a comment below to share your insights. Your experiences can inspire others and deepen our collective understanding of this profound philosophy. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, please do so. We have many more insightful discussions on the Bhagavad Gita and other philosophical texts coming up. By subscribing, you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video, ensuring you don't miss out on any enlightening content. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. We are all fellow travelers on the path to self-realization, and your participation enriches this journey. Stay tuned for more. Until then, embrace the present, live fully, and keep exploring. Namaste.